r/AskReddit, what was something that ruined your life or set you back in life significantly? Staying at a job for too long just because it was convenient and I didn't feel like getting a new job. Ended up being so bad for my mental health. No joke, I stayed in a job that had an insane workload, leaving that place was like being released from prison. Shit, this is me right now, coming up on 9 years. It's not even a bad job, it's just not what I want to do. Same. I left my bad job 6 years ago and still get nightmares about that place. Being abused and neglected as a child. This is my answer. The other major thing that messed up my life, a year of mental health breakdowns, was directly caused by the emotional damage from my childhood. I've heard childhood trauma discussed as a public health crisis and I absolutely agree. Anyone uninformed on the impacts wanting to learn more should look up how ACE scores correlate with health outcomes. ACE equals Adverse Childhood Event. It's not a comprehensive list, at least the shortened and commonly used 10-question one certainly isn't, but it's IA. Foreclosed home and a divorce. 8 years ago. I've never been the same. My divorce ruined my life and my ex-husband's abuse directly led to my child's suicide. The same week my child killed themselves, my ex-husband walked out on his second wife and their 2 children. That man is just destroying lives everywhere he goes. Alcohol was ruining it, so I went to rehab. Today is day 124 without a drink and my life has improved in so many ways. Congratulations, that's amazing. I also came here to say alcohol, but I'm not yet strong enough to be able to add the X amount of days without a drink. I look forward to the day I am. My low self-esteem. I didn't have any confidence and lost out on many opportunities because I didn't try. Ignoring my depression for like 5 years. Wasted my 20s feeling shitty when I didn't have to. This. Lost several years in 20s being depressed. Wife finally gave me ultimatum and it saved my life. When I told my family what was going on, it turns out mental illness runs on both sides of my family. Knowing this would have helped my denial. Lexapro and 2 years of therapy have me on track. What got you out of it? Been on different meds and to different therapists myself for the last 5 years and nothing seems to be working. Credit card debt. I had/have a spending problem. But this year I am going to be financially free. Congratulations on your journey to debt-free. It's been an ongoing struggle for me, but it's officially been 10 months since I last made a credit card purchase. All my debt has been reconsolidated into lower interest loans. It's an uphill battle some days, but it's a battle worth fighting. Maybe not life-ruining, but I was badly bullied throughout high school and had no friends, and even though I'm now in my late 30s with quite a nice life, in new situations I still assume people will notice and internally be making fun of all the things I'm insecure about. Like it's always a pleasant shock when it turns out that some people do genuinely like me. It's crazy how that stuff stays with you. I've worked for many seniors in a small town. It's incredible how much people stay the same plus including their fears and insecurities. My mom's suicide when I was 16. My dad did when I was 20. World changing, isn't it? What I would give for one more hug. One more phone call. Hell, even a video or one of those birthday cards with a recorded voice that says I love you. I miss my dad. Damn. I'm so sorry. Same here, I'm 47 and I still have trouble. Accident where I lost my concentration for just a moment and caused the death of my coworker. It changed me fundamentally and on every level, 23 years later, and a day doesn't pass that I don't think about it. I'm so sorry. Every time I read a story of a baby forgotten in a car, I remember what an exhausted walking zombie I was when I first went back to work, and I shudder. It could happen to any of us. Hugs. Sexual trauma as a teen. Same. I didn't even realize how much it destroyed my ability to be in relationships until 20 years later when I read Body Keeps the Score and it all came up. Smoking, I wish I never started. The only thing that helped me was that one book that everyone recommended. The synopsis was basically you just stop. You never quit, the cravings never go away. You just decide not today, every day. That and telling my friends to stop giving me drunk cigarettes. My parents dying when I was a teen. They were my world. Hugs up. I just lost my mom and older sister, a second mom to me, a month apart from one another. This pain is unbearable. I have to pee constantly and the doctors don't know why. Literally after I leave the bathroom I have to pee again. Every time. It doesn't go away and only gets worse. I barely drink water to avoid peeing, but nothing helps. A lot of these comments have given me perspective. I know it could be worse, but that's my struggle. It's been going on about 4 months now and I can barely watch TV, let alone do my job. You need a specialist. I'm the same. Low self-esteem can be crippling. Ignoring a medical symptom. Never ignore your body. If you leaking oil, get checked. My son was born sick and required mechanical ventilation for 3 years. We couldn't get a home nurse, so I stayed home with him. Bye-bye savings. But very healthy child now. Being homeschooled. Same. Set me back at least 5 years, and my state does not recognize homeschool, so I had no way to go to college at the time. Ended up fucking around for a few years before selling my soul to the military for free college. Made the dean's list last semester. I don't agree with the principles of the military, but it was my only way out. Having my parents and other guardians all die/get terminally ill by my mid-20s. It didn't matter how much potential I had in school or even careers afterwards, I was constantly dropping everything to stop the bleeding back home when someone passed away or had to be put in a facility. ADHD. Wish I had started seeing a therapist sooner. How did your therapist help? Alcohol. The force of procrastination was like a Sith Lord in my life. You could be a fellow adder. I too possess the gift of extreme procrastination. I used to feel like crap about it, now I understand it's how my brain is wired. I'm still having trouble too, sad face, 33, married with some health problems and struggling with staying the same and stuck in habits. Have you stopped procrastinating? If so, please tell us, how? My wife died. This comment was the most touching to me. My gosh, I'm so sorry. Having a chronic condition that nobody can cure. My abusive ex-husband. I've never met anyone so spiteful, selfish, and vengeful. I wish our paths had never crossed. I couldn't find myself because he had me so wrapped up in his world. The experience definitely changed my view on life. I now have a wonderful, loving husband, and not a bad life. I'm middle-aged, and just now finding my path. Better late than never. Being part of a company-wide reduction in force, mass layoff, after 25 years with the same company at the pinnacle of my earnings and just 2 years following the death of my spouse. The next job I took was literally less than 1/3 what I was making previously. Settling for my partner. I hate to say this, but every day I wish things turned out differently. It's never too late, my friend. Born and raised in a cult. Same. Have a shitty cult name that no one can pronounce too. It sucks, but at least that chapter of my life is over. Still know some people who haven't left, at least I'm not them. Car crash, age 14. Spent a week in a coma. I'm 34 now. I'm doing okay, but I lost a lot of time recovering to the point I'm at, and I'm still not quite all there. Same. We need a cult kid support group. It never ruined my life, but I gave my heart out a lot when I was young, and now I feel like I can never trust or love again. This happened to me. I finally found a woman who is understanding and has committed to me, but I feel like I am a shitty partner, which is almost worse than being alone. I want to be loving and vulnerable, but I just can't get there. I was devoted to unworthy people. And now that I have someone worth it, I can't express it. Very frustrating. Marijuana, fun and awesome at first, but smoke it every day for 15 years, it becomes the opposite. Same here, but with kratom I never imagined getting hooked on it, yet here I am. Deleted. Not getting properly diagnosed with epilepsy until 10 years later from the first seizure. Set me back mentally to where I felt completely dependent on others, based on doctors and parental input of never going to be a fully functioning adult. Well, here I am finishing up my bachelor's degree, I can drive, and stay seizures free for over a year. My older brother's suicide. Wasted massive amounts of time making excuses for and trying to save my ex. We were from two entirely different worlds, and rather than pulling her out of the gutter, she pulled me in. I almost went with this for my response. I was run over by a car when I was 3 and barely survived. I have a lot of health issues now, and no one can really tell which ones could have been caused by the accident. The hospital bills caused my mom to file for medical bankruptcy, and we haven't broken out of poverty since. Cancer at age 39. Then my job of 6 years laid me off. I can't tell you how traumatic it is. I slept for a year afterwards. Was in a good place financially before, single chick trying to be responsible financially, and now have like 100k debt. Wish me luck on my job interview tomorrow. Good luck. You've got this. Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again. Reddit glitch out.